Hey. Yeah, so as of this video going up, I've officially hit 1,000 subscribers. 1,000. 4 digits. I never really thought I'd see the day, to be honest. And in all honesty, I'm quite mixed on how I feel about it. Obviously, it's a very big and special milestone for basically anyone on the site, and while I'm very happy about it, I'm also quite apathetic, I guess you could say. Obviously, the last thing I want to suggest is that the audience I built up now is just a bunch of numbers to me, because that's obviously far from the case. I've seen a bunch of people conversing in my comments, giving me tips and just commenting on just generally funny things in my runs. I even see some regulars in there, you know who you are. And I want to say that I really do read every comment I get, even if I don't respond. I'm usually just pretty shy about it. I know, like, a lot of people say, oh, I always do this, but really, I really do read every comment, and I am really thankful for the audience I've made in such a short amount of time. But that's kind of the meat of this video. So, this video is serving as 3 things. A thank you for this milestone, which I've already gone through, a bit of a vent for what I've been feeling recently, and any and all plans I have for videos for the future. So, if you're not interested in hearing some random white guy on the internet complain about his feelings, you're free to click off now if you want. I promise the vent portion of the video isn't as serious as I'm probably hyping it up to be, but I digress. So, I'm just gonna say this right off the bat, this is not what I expected to be doing. I never really intended to be some big pizza tower speedrunner. I had no plans for it. I only did a first run with my girlfriend for fun, and while I did latch on to how fun the game is to speedrun, and I did start improving my times, I really don't know what else to do with it. My next major goal is under 2 hours for 100%, which I absolutely think is possible if I practice and improve enough, which is what I've been doing for the past week or so. But after I cross that, I have absolutely no idea, and I'm not entirely sure if people would be interested in what I make after this, after I inevitably move on once I realised I have the best time that I could possibly hope to get. And another factor is, I'm pretty heavily burdened by imposter syndrome. Not just in terms of speedrunning, but just in general, with all of my hobbies such as art and photography, with nearly everything I do. I always feel like I'm stuck in some sort of limbo, where I'm decent enough to be compared to a lot of other people who might not even be able to do what I do, but where I also feel pretty worthless in comparison to a lot of people who are just better than me. Like, what do I have to offer over these other people? And I don't really talk about it because it sounds kind of silly and maybe a bit selfish, because I know I'm pretty good at what I do, but I also don't know if I have the skill and talent to stand among the top of the leaderboards regardless of what improvements I make. In fact, the only reason why I really do right now is because I'm still pretty early to swap mode runs. I know I'm a lot better than your average player, but I never really felt good enough regardless. And yeah, I'm well aware it's not all about the competition, but I'd still digress. I'd also like to bring up my Mort Cube video. This was mostly a joke. At least I intended it to be nothing but that. But a lot of the things I said in that video were me simply trying to make sense of the position that I found myself in as a speedrunner now. Especially this. It's okay to not be at the top, as long as you look down towards the bottom and you see how far you've really come. And when I said at the end of the run, this is the most directionless I've felt, really. I'm not even sure if I was just talking about the video itself now. I'm just kind of lost on what I want to do in the far future. So, maybe I'll talk about what I plan to do sooner rather than later. Not many people will remember my shitty Fortnite era between 2021 and 2022, but I will say that I'm much happier making speedruns than those videos, which are now deleted. Trying to imitate the style of a different YouTuber who I learned firsthand that he has zero respect for the game he plays, the quality of his content, or the audience he's built up. But that's a whole other can of worms that I won't get into. But truth be told, I'm still interested in making at least a few other videos on Fortnite because I still like it and play it a lot, even if it's in a somewhat controversial state right now. But maybe that's more stuff to talk about, who knows. I also want to place attention on my Left 4 Dead 2 videos that blew up a little bit ago, and I am still interested in making something else on the game, because, yeah, I still like Left 4 Dead 2 as well, although it's been kind of hard for a few months given the DDoSing fiasco it went through recently. As for Pizza Tower, I'm currently very interested in making rundowns of my strategies for SWAT mode. It's been just over a month since the noise update came out, so SWAT mode is still relatively unoptimized and untouched. But even if I'm not the best runner, I still want to highlight the absolute untapped potential of SWAT mode for the world to see, especially in 2-player. After that, who knows? As I said before, sub 2 hours is my next major goal, and I still don't know what to shoot for after that. Maybe 101%, but I don't like torturing myself. And that's about it. I appreciate that my rambling here got a bit personal. I did kind of realize as I wrote the script, and I realized a bit more as I actually recorded this, but I did feel like I needed to let some of my feelings out. I'm not really looking for consolidation or sympathy, especially since I don't want any parasocial relationships forming between myself and my viewers. I'll be alright. I just wanted to let my thoughts out, as I said. I suppose what I'll do with my channel going forward is uncertain, but maybe that's okay. I've always just sort of gone with the flow, so perhaps that's the most reasonable path to take going forward. So, with all that said, thank you very much for watching, and thank you for the big milestone. I'll see you soon.